How the real estate game been going, bro?
Man, good, man. I can't complain, man. Shit, real estate still moving.
It's still moving?
Yeah, still moving, man. You know, I mean, we still flipping, buying, selling, building. We still doing everything.
And things a little bit cheaper because of the COVID?
Nah, things actually going up because of COVID. A lot of lumber going up, all the materials, because a lot of stuff getting imported from China.
And I was actually thinking about getting into real estate, man. So I got a little cash. But like, where would I start? Like, if somebody, like, I have no idea about the real estate thing, but I want to invest something, but I don't want to lose all my money. I want to see if it's worth something, if it's worth me getting into, or should I just take it elsewhere? I'm just trying to build some supplemental income.
How much time you got to commit to it?
How much time? I mean, you know me, like, especially because I'm in education, so I have all summers off. Basically, you know, I only work 10 months out the year.
Okay. So you got the summers off. For somebody like you that really ain't got a lot of time, probably be good to partner with somebody or passively invest first. See, passive investing is kind of like you just basically lending somebody money for them to bring you back a return. But that's going to be good for you because you get to see the process from the sidelines.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Or you can JV with somebody and put your money up and become an equity partner. But you have to get your hands dirty, but you ain't got time for that.
Okay.
Unless it's after school on the weekends or something like that. But
I got you. And when you say get my hands dirty, actually do some physical work.
yeah, I mean, the way I set mine up, you know, if you want to be an equity partner, we're going to have to be out there in the trenches together.
Okay.
But if you just want to put some money up, then you basically a lender. You get a percentage on your return on your money.
Okay.
You know, is it on me?
Yeah, it's on you.
All right. What else?
And then, so like, when you say getting in the trenches, is that flipping houses? Is that what you're talking about?
If that's the lane you're going down, flipping houses, but the main thing is if that's what you partner with somebody on. If you partner with somebody on the flip, then yeah, I'm talking about flipping houses.
Okay.
You know, if you partner with somebody on wholesaling, I mean, it'll be whatever that, you know, that asset class requires.
And
but
do I need like any licenses to do any of this?
Nah.
No.
You don't need no license. I will also tell you to shadow somebody. You know, shadow you at least 2 or 3 people because everybody do things differently. But if you shadow somebody, then you get to actually go out there and be on site, meet the contractors, you know, really learn firsthand. Like reading books and listen to podcasts, it's good. It help you get your knowledge base. But if you don't apply that, it's just theory. I started out as a realtor. You know, that was my gateway into the door. But I realized quick, like, you know, that really wasn't my, you know, where I was gonna hang my hat at. But just a stepping stone. So then I started a brokerage, and then I brought in agents. So now my agents do that part of it. You know, I refer everything out to them.
So I'm big on being able to leave something for them, you know, and being able, you know, that they can have things that I ain't have when I came up or when I grew up. So is real estate the avenue I want to go, you know, as far as like building some wealth in my family?
Man, you said 3 words right there that was just key.
What's that?
Real estate, building, and wealth. Like, real estate is one of the building blocks to wealth.
Okay.
You know, so I definitely say yeah, for sure. And it's also based on how you set it up too, because I know a lot, because I buy houses from people who go through probate. You know, people who don't have a will or a trust or something like that. And that's the thing, generational wealth. You can have all the houses in the world, but if you don't got no structure or no system for after you pass, then it's gonna dwindle away because they ain't gonna know what to do with it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's just one step, but you gotta go a step further and set up a system. You know what I'm saying? So I studied Rockefeller and all that, how they do the family bank and how everything is kind of systemized.
Yeah.
It's more so about the system too than having real estate, because I've seen a lot of people who die and the family don't want to deal with it. The estate don't want to deal with it. They sell it. They don't know what they're doing. So you got to have systems in place. That's like the next step people don't never talk about.
I imagine, like, you know, because I did, you know, I got my doctorate, so I spent a long time in school. But I imagine like if I never had a mortgage, like if my parents actually left me this house, imagine how much money I would have saved.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Like not paying a mortgage.
Yeah.
For
I mean,
time.
I agree, man. I think that's something we got to start doing.
Yeah.
You know, leaving something.
Yeah.
You know, leaving a legacy behind. Instead of having people start off with your bad debt.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's like each generation, you know, starts over.
Yeah.
Brand new. Like, okay, well, I have to now go and buy a house. So I don't want my girls to feel like, okay, well, I gotta go buy a house.
Right.
Not necessarily. You know, you can have this house.
Right.
You know, and like you said, like generations should be passed on, the land as well. You know.
Oh man, bro, you talking about this aggressive chess player. You're just gonna die quick, I'm telling you. One wrong move.
The flipping, you know, because the way I look at real estate is like the flipping step one. Like you can't just go into commercial, can you?
You could.
You could.
Because it's a separate set of education. Okay. So if you can learn it here, that's a myth. Like people think, oh, you got to start with residential, then work your way up to commercial. You can start with commercial.
Okay.
I mean, you just have a different lane of education. So you can start with commercial because you getting in on both sides from ground zero.
Yeah.
So you can learn both from ground zero.
Okay.
So you don't have to go through one step to get to the next.
Yeah. Well, like you said, I mean, I guess that's a myth because, you know, that's how they put it out there. Like you got to start out with this, and commercials like college. But you got to start out in elementary, which is flipping houses.
Yeah.
Then you maybe go to real estate, selling houses.
Yeah.
And then you eventually build your way up to commercial.
Stay away from they.
Yeah.
They don't know shit.
Yeah.
Stay away from they.
Yeah.
But that's just fear talking. You know, people put their fears on you. Maybe they do need to start here and go there, but maybe you don't. So it's just a case by case basis. But I don't think you need to start one with place or another. I think you need to look at your own personal profile and see how much time you got to commit to it. Do you have funds? You gotta have something, time, money, or energy and hustle.
Yeah.
You know, so you gotta have one of those. And based on your answers, I'll let you know which lane you need to go down.
Okay. Is this election gonna affect the real estate market?
Oh yeah, it definitely is. It's definitely gonna affect the real estate market. In a good way or bad way, I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball, but it's definitely gonna affect the real estate market. The real estate it's been standing strong through a lot, but you know, when the power switch hands like that, you know, it's always gonna be some changes. So we just sit back and wait, and once they adjust, we'll adjust. You know, it ain't fear, it ain't doomsday. It's a pivot.